Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? Oh, got the music going, How's everyone doing today? Are we good? We good? We good. We're good? We're good? We're good. We're good, we're good. We are... Something's rolling off my desk. What are you? Oh, there you are. Ah. You can go in... Garbage, garbage, garbage. Look at that support. This is support that broke off. Look how clean that came off. Oh, it came off so good. So good. How's everyone doing today? It's Friday. It's Friday. Today's plan is gonna depend a lot because I was hoping a package would have been delivered before stream, but it's on its way here right now. So we're just gonna kind of, in the meantime, and then hopefully it shows up in time. Because apparently, if it is what I think it is, it's a big package. Some sort of XL size package. Summer vacation starts today. Oh, to be young and in school again. Oh, to be young and in school again. Summer vacation. I remember summer vacation back when I was a wee lad. So how's everyone doing? Today's stream should be, I think we're going to start off with this guy. I don't know, maybe. Actually, I got to swap the filament in this. That's what I got to do. So we have, this is CFPA. Ever heard of the E3D big box? Oh, I've heard of it. I've been to E3D. I've known the E3D folks for several years. I'm well aware of their product line and previous product line. Hey, Nomad. 55-gallon fish tank out of my office. Ooh. Why? Okay, you have a couple thousand shrimp. Okay, hey, it's Tor. Did the shrimp get out of the fish tank and are roaming around the office? Because if so, that makes for a better story. So I think what we got to start with is the Prusa. So I think we got everything printed for it, but not quite. Where did I put the printed parts for the Prusa? Oh, they're up top here. Nope, that's that. No, those are that. Where did I put the printed parts for the Prusa? I know I had them. I put them in a thing. That's the old Prusa. That's that. Did someone? Oh, here they are. Like, I know I have them somewhere. I'm smart. I've actually like arranged stuff in baggies. So like this is the Z and this is the XY. I'm actually smart for once instead of throwing it all in one bag and you know, let you know, Jesus take the wheel and sort it out. Wow. These are so much looser. It's amazing what rate tolerances do to a print. Going to the rodeo. What rodeo? There's a rodeo? Where's the rodeo at? I want to go to a rodeo. That's good. Okay. Unload. This is like the only printer I've ever used where the load and unload macros actually work reliably consistently. Every other printer I've used that has load and unload macros, I shit you not. It's like it never unloads it enough and you have to like hit unload again, or it always causes a jam. This is like the only, and watch, it's not gonna work now. This is like the only printer I've ever like, come on. Yeah, there it did again, unload. You feel it coming. Come on. Retract. There we go. It's CF nylon. It is. I now understand why they went with 10mm Bowden for the why they went with 10mm Bowden for the Bowden tube, because it prevents like really stiff filament like the CF nylon here from breaking. It actually works pretty good. You go there. There we go. Yeah. It's like reloading a machine gun. It's like grab the canister, load it. Oh, I forgot. Got to put the little plug in, because these act like a dry box, which is actually really handy to have. Go. Move. These down so I don't knock them over. And that would be really bad. This is the only thing that kind of is annoying, is because I can't open the top hat all the way because I don't have the room. When it comes to feeding it from the Bowden into the actual hot end, you have to like open it up ever so slightly. Extruder, load, off you go. There we go. Loaded. Millennium Machines, $2. Cheers and appreciated. Fun fish fact: the SVO8 enclosure printed parts are PLA, already deformed. Really? That's what they come with? Saval sends PLA parts with their enclosure kit? Is that? The parts are outside the enclosure, right? The parts are outside the enclosure, right? Yeah, that's what you are. That would help if I actually had that heated up to the right temperature too. Not happy. Nope. Inside. Why would you do that? Why? I'm trying to find a link to the kit now. Accessories. Well, I know it's 180 bucks. I'm just trying to figure out what parts are inside the chamber. Oh, it comes with a drag chain. So what are the printed parts that are failing? Is it these ducts? Bad offset. Well, of course they are. They're farmed out. What do you expect? Broke the swear jaw. I was going to try the beacon out of the contact feature. Want to try Silly's tap? Go for it. So let's see. Somebody, who was it? Cloud42, Cloud34. I can't remember what the channel is called. I just came across it like last week when I was talking about this. A bunch of people linked some other YouTubers' video on their S1. Cloud42. Yeah, Cloud4. Is that how you pronounce it? Anyways. Never heard of that channel before. Just came across it for that. But he did a bunch of tests on it to show that it's not printing square. And this was something I did just to test myself, but we're actually gonna check it live. So deltas have a problem that polar printers have. For those that don't know, a delta printer has the same kind of issue a polar printer has, where your steps aren't consistent. So as you move around the print volume, the distance one step of motion covers changes because it's a delta, right? So usually by the towers you get warping, or not warping, you get it skews. Now you can compensate for that in software, but that requires tuning. So what I have here, front left, middle, back. So I have 3 cubes here that were printed on the S1. This one was printed at the front left tower. This was printed in the back tower, and this one was printed in the middle between the towers. So one, just to give you an idea of print quality, it over extrudes like a mofo on the top layer. And yeah. So anyway, so this is front left. So on the X, 30 millimeters. On the Y, 30 millimeters. So that's right in front of the tower. Middle of the tower, 29.98. 29.91. That's actually not bad. Then the back, I don't know about you, that seems good. The problem is they might be skewed, and this print won't tell you if it's skewed. That's the downside. I can't do corner to corner. Or actually, I probably, maybe I could do corner to corner. 41.8. 41.5. And 41.5. 41.7. 41.4. Yeah, they're a little skewed. Yeah, you got to use the cauliflower print. You got to use Vector's print, which I don't have it. It's a paid print. I don't have it. I got shocked by your P1S today. Like, shocked as in, oh my God, the value and the performance for what I paid. I am such in shock. Or like literally shocked. Please tell me it's the first one. Please tell me it's the first one. Please tell me your printer did not electrocute yourself. Electrical shock. Okay. Several things. How did it shock you? And did you do anything to the printer? Because if your printer is shocking you out of the box, you need to document that. And you need to reach out to the company and go like, hey, dude, qu'est-ce que le French word for penguin? Wasn't the printer's fault. Well, then why did you say your printer shocked you if it's not the printer's fault? I talked about Formlabs. No, we're going to be doing that right now. We're going to actually, that's one of the topics I want. Did I have Fusion on this computer? I do have Fusion. Good. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the Micronics thing today. But before we get to that, I finished printing my helmet. I fully understand now why the my prop house is like the Pantheon, because I don't know about you, that's a pretty good surface finish before painting. Also, I was smart this time. Let me grab the first one I printed. Lee Smith, $6. Cheers for the cauliflower calibration fund. So this is the second time I printed this helmet. You know, the armor is on pause because I'm working on a bunch of other stuff. So this is the first one I printed. And this is in ABS. And I did a couple things dumb. One, I printed it with Voron settings, so it's way too heavy. Also, see this canister at the back? I was smart this time, and I hollowed it. Hello. And the grills even work, like you can get through. So that means I could put fans here, because this goes at the back with ducts. And you have the ducts go into here, like you just get like accordion hose or whatever, and it goes from there to there. So this way, when you're wearing it, I have actual, I can wear my glasses in this one too. I actually have ventilation because it would blow cold air into my face. So I would have a fan and it won't be that loud because the fans are behind me. So that is a cool thing to do. So yeah, and I got a haircut, as you can see. I don't look like a hippie. So yeah, and this just... So I got to Bondo it up, but I need to do it on video for a video, fill in the seams. What I'm thinking, I want to try this. So it's got a bunch of these seams, right? And they're pretty flush. The problem is filling that's going to be annoying. I'm wondering if I should take my Dremel and just like carve like a little channel down all the seams, and then that way the Bondo fills it better. I'm wondering if that's something I should do, or if I should just smear Bondo in and sand it flat. Carve a small channel. That's what I was thinking. Second here. I'm trying to get the Prusa CAD open. 1 second here. Open from my computer. Prusa source. Step. There we go. So yeah. Today's topic, because today's gonna be printed show. We need to print something. What do you guys want? What is something you want me to test on the Pantheon? Because like I've done a bunch of support stuff. Like these are grills and ducts for a car printed in like the CF nylon. This stuff is like, this is the CF nylon. Yeah. It's strong. Yeah, the camera's glitched. I'm trying to open something in Fusion's not liking it. Glitch. So what would be a upside down printing? Well, print stuff that is solid. Well, I don't want, the problem is it's the filament. The filament, this is a $200 something spool of filament. Don't want to waste the filament. Print some PLA. We've done ABS on it. Why is it sideways? Okay, anyways. So I need to figure out how to mount a Revo Roto to this. That's something I got to figure out how to do with my super not good CAD skills. Is figure out how to mount a Revo Roto to this. That should be fun. Nerf parts in CF nylon. I've done them all in CF PETG. CF nylon's a little too. Polycarbonate. I don't have polycarbonate from 3DX10. Have you tried wood fill? No, I want to do wood fill on there. It's a 0.6 nozzle. Benchy in a bottle. What is the benchy in a bottle? Problem is I don't have any clear filament. Benchy in a bottle. There's a few of them. Which one are you talking about? If they kept the spacing between the X rods, your current mount should work fine. Wait, is this just a normal Prusa XL or Prusa Mark? No, that ain't right. Did they? Because the belts attach completely differently. Yeah, these parts are completely different. And I don't think the duct, yeah, it's all different. It's all different. So I'm gonna have to spacing and whatnot. Benchy in a bottle need resin. I think so. Well, it's a printed chill stream. I need to get something printing. What's the current like hot topic ticket thing? What's the current like meme print of the month? because we're doing a print and chill. ATX PCKs. What are you going on about? Luke Slap, Polymaker. Did you see the message I sent you in Skunkworks? Which, let me check 1 second here. Are you talking about the videos? Yeah, I watched those. A VESC would be kind of interesting. The problem is the cost. I'm trying to keep it cheap, and the more generic drivers seem a little bit more budgetable. Let's not print that on stream. The Yeet hammer. Oh yeah, that was that. Beverage can dispenser. I think Joel just printed a giant one of these on the Orange Storm. Or the Blue Storm, or whatever it's called now that they've kind of made it not crap. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's try that. Do some tolerance testing. I just need to get something printing. Yeah, beyond slicer. Or actually, no, the Nerf. That's right. I need the Nerf. I got to reprint some stuff for the Nerf. 1 second here. So SPL files. Half magwell. That's what I need. Oh, wow. I got to print a bunch of stuff here. Shoot. So we'll do these. What is this Katana Talon? I guess I'll just print them all. Or actually, no, I'm not going to print any. Okay, so let me grab the box of goodies, because I don't think I need to print all this. I'm pretty sure a bunch of the parts for this are machined with the kit I got. So I don't think I need to print like the plunger. Yeah, I don't think I need to print the plunger. Yeah, I don't need to print the plunger, because I've got the plunger. I don't need the plunger. I don't need you. You lie down. You like that. More expensive, but they have more functionality in it. Oh, I know. It'll depend on if I can get like a sponsor for that part of the video. If I go with that, we'll see. We'll see. Okay, so that's that, that's that, that's that. Oh, these print vertically, that's right. Brim. Print settings. Layers, yeah, let's do 5, 5, 4. Make some supports. On overhangs only. Smart fill. I think that's it. That should bridge okay up there. I don't think I need it. Yeah, that'll bridge. Okay, I think it's just those two. Okay. The plunger, sear, spring, or okay. Little overhang in the front. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, 1 second. There we go. That's it. And then also, since you're here, Apollo, which one of these do I print? Which mag catch? What mag catch? Because there's several different. I'm assuming it's a Talon mag catch, or is it all just like, what's the difference between the two? Oh, they're completely different. Print both, okay. Okay, which way do these go? Okay, judging by the curves, I'm assuming it goes face down. And that one is probably like that. Yeah, that's gotta go like that. That's the only way that one can go too. Okay. They nest inside each other, so you'll need both. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. Export. Save. What's that? Printers. That. Upload and print. There we go. Oh, wait, nope, 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 cancel. This is nylon. Or PETG. Transfer. Place. There we go. There we go. And I think a package was just delivered because Doggo is working up a storm. Hi, Calvin. Do I have a what? Do I have a drill? Yeah, there's a drill there. Why? Is there a package outside for Daddy? You gonna check? 1 second. Nope, no package yet. Little guy was just coming to say hi. Okay. So, news. Let's talk about the Micronics thing, because I think a bunch of people want my opinion on that or don't know what's going on, or Micronics. Okay, so for those who don't know who Micronics are or what Micronics is, or the whole what's going on here. So a couple months ago, I think it was months ago, a company called Micronics came out and they had a Kickstarter for the Micron. Nemgria from the Voron team was big mad about the name. But anyways, it was called the Micron. It was an at-home SLS machine. And it was going to be, you know, because right now SLS, for those that know, that's sintered laser sintering, something laser sintering. It uses pew-pews to melt plastic. So or metal, but you basically lay out a fine, thin layer of dust of whatever material, you hit it with the pew-pews, it melts, and then it builds up layers like that. So it's selective laser sintering. That's what it is. Something laser sintering. So selective laser sintering. So it allows you to do a lot of cool stuff because you don't need to print with supports, because you're laying down a layer of basically sand particles of the whatever material, every layer. So you're building up support, and when you're done, you just pull it out, because it's unsolidified, so you just pull it out. So you don't need to print with supports or anything. You can do all kinds of cool, crazy designs. It allows you to do like this kind of stuff here. It's very strong compared to like FDM, because yeah, you're still building up on layers, but you're fusing it a little bit more rigidly. There's a lot of material and structural benefits to SLS printing over conventional FDM or FFF or even resin printing. The problem is it's expensive as heck. A comparison, Formlabs, Fuse, I think. So if you want it from, you know, a professional company like Formlabs, you get, you know, they start at 30 grand. Okay, so Micronics was going to be, you know, at-home SLS for the masses. So a couple of caveats. One, that's a nice marketing tagline. Leonardo da Vinci did not invent the tank. Okay, I'm stealing a bit from Laserpig, but Leonardo da Vinci did not invent the tank. He drew something that kind of maybe sorta, if they built it, may have made the definition of a tank. But Leonardo da Vinci did not invent the tank. Whoever is the first thing to actually bring the thing to market, or at least make a viable unit, gets the credit for the invention. Not, oh, I got an idea. I drew a spaceship as a kid. Does that count as me being a space scientist person who builds rocket ships? No, I didn't invent a spaceship. I just drew something. So, yes, at-home SLS for the masses was a marketing tagline for Micronics. I think it was, at least. I don't know, people were using it a lot. But until you actually deliver a product to the market, you haven't done anything but come out with a marketing tagline. So I'm just putting that in now. So what ended up happening was they came out with their Kickstarter. They were selling units for 3,400. Is this Canadian price? I think this might be the Canadian price. But yeah, super early bird for 3,000. Early bird for 33. The unit price was like under 5 grand. So it was like 4,500 plus taxes and shipping. It was 5 grand. So I guess they were taking advantage of some patents that had recently expired. Plus, and this might seem kind of weird to some people because I don't think people realize this, they weren't open sourcing their design. They were going to share some of the files, I believe, but the actual like design was patented. Like this, I hope this is going to sound bad, but it's not bad. They were in it for the money. They were starting a company up to sell a product. This wasn't like Voron where it's just, you know, oh, we're just designing and having fun. No, this was a company, a for-profit company. Obviously it was a startup. So they got funding from whoever at first. They started the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter brought in some funds. The thing is, it didn't bring in as much as people think. They raised like 1.89 million Canadian. It always defaults to Canadian on here. The thing is, basically everyone signed up for it the first day and like nobody signed up for it afterwards. That was basically the thing. So they got some funding, and guess what? It doesn't go as far as you think. Also, they don't actually get their money until they like finish the funding round. It was still open. So they never actually took anyone's money. They had money that they could have gotten if they finished the Kickstarter, but they never actually like withdrew that money. So that means anyone who did the Kickstarter, they never got charged. Like when you only get charged, from my understanding, I've never done Kickstarter before, but basically, like they never finished the Kickstarter, so they never took anyone's money. So people pledged to give money, but they didn't actually like, here's my wallet, take it. So nobody's out any money. So that was their Kickstarter. And the reason, you know, nobody's out any money is because it's canceled. Well, why is it canceled? Well, they got bought out by Formlabs. Formlabs apparently met up with them. They were both at Open Sauce. I talked to both of them. Good folks at both. But they were both at Open Sauce, and I guess they started talking. And here's the thing. Okay, yes, it's okay to be disappointed that a potential product that you may have had interest in did not make it to the market. But guess what? There's no guarantee they were going to deliver on anything. I seen somebody was going around, they spammed my Discord with this, that they funded, they were going to lose 30,000 in funding. Well, one, you're not going to lose anything. They didn't even take your money yet. So they're canceling the Kickstarter, or everyone's getting refunds or whatever. Like, nobody's losing money. You didn't invest in it. What I'm trying to get a point is, if you threw money at them, it's a Kickstarter. You're not investing. You're gambling. It's a Kickstarter. You're gambling. Here is my presentation about the dwarfs. This is going to be my game. I'm going to make an entire tabletop game that has the depths of Dwarf Fortress, and it's going to have the character interactions of Baldur's Gate. And all I've got so far is my dwarf, who's going to be the main character that you can't even see because the camera's blown out because it's printed in white PLA. You should give me money. Yeah, that's not an investment. That's a gambling. And, you know, yeah, it's a little bit better of a presentation, but it's still gambling with your money. It's Kickstarter. I think Kickstarter does take your money when you pledge. It might be held in escrow. But either way, like they didn't get the money. It was like floating there or whatever. Of course I know what Dwarf Fortress is. Do I play it? No, I have a social life. I don't have a social life, let's be honest. But I mean, like, I do have somewhat of a job, so I don't spend that much time. But anyways, so Formlabs bought them out. Formlabs walked in and said, hey, let's do this. We'll give you money, you sell to us. Micronics is no more. We take over whatever, and you guys now work for us. And they both took it. The two founders took it. So here's the thing. Yes, it's okay to be disappointed that a potential product that you wanted to buy isn't available anymore. But again, there was no guarantee that the product was ever going to deliver. That's the thing. They sent out a few review units. Joel got one. I know Strange Part got one, and he had a bunch of issues with his. They were basically like we'll watch his videos on it. Yeah, it was definitely Kickstarter requires working prototypes. Here's the thing. A single bespoke hand-built unit is not a production. It's not it's a demo. It's a trial unit. It's not what they're going to sell. It doesn't scale that way. So what happened? Several things. Honestly, I'm completely guessing here why the Kickstarter failed and why and they're not selling out. They're not selling out. They're business. It's a business. It's business at this point. It's just business at this point. It's not selling out. It's just business at this point. But my personal opinion, I think they were way in over their head. I think they came out with a pretty cool prototype, but when trying to scale it to a production viable unit that would sit within the price point that they were aiming for with the funding they were receiving, I personally think they just straight up couldn't do it. They're probably giving it the best. I have nothing against them. They were probably giving it their darndest, let's be honest. But taking something from a one-off prototype or several small batch production units into an actual production line that is viable and profitable, yeah. The unit is still going to be produced just under the form. So the unit, here's the thing. Formlabs, it'd be really nice if Formlabs just basically stepped in and basically became an angel investor. But the thing is, they bought them. So now it's part of Formlabs. So the thing is, Formlabs has the Fuse 1. Why would they come out with a machine that's $5 grand when they sell the same machine for 30 grand? Why would they? Several different reasons. One, video game companies, you know, Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, they lose money on their consoles. Why? Because they make it back on the games. Well, Formlabs, you know, I'm sure they're making money on the Fuse 1. I'm sure there's a nice healthy profit margin there. But you know what else probably has a really good profit margin? You want to know what also probably has a pretty good profit margin? The material. And this is just me, again, being hypothetical, just throwing ideas out there. If all of a sudden you put out, it's obviously a $5,000 tier machine, it's not going to be able to compete with your $30,000, right? There's going to be service and support features it's not going to have, warranties. They might, you know, sandbag it a little. But if all of a sudden you have a whole bunch of more units out there that really didn't cost you that much to make, you still made money on the unit, but now you've got all those new customers and they need printer chow. And you make a pretty good markup on that printer chow. And they're tied into service and support contracts. So that is a possibility. You know, another possibility is they just bought them for the patents. They're going to stick these guys in an office and nothing will ever see the light of day and everything just moves on. That's another possibility. But here's the thing. And I really want you to get this, okay? Okay? I have no clue what's going on. You have no clue what's going on. You're just throwing out hypotheticals and you're assuming and guessing. And, you know, let's, you know, Reddit/r/3D printing. There's a big old thread in here about the Micronics thing. Top. See if I can find it. See if I can find it. Through Micronics. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Big old Reddit thread on it. Okay. They are so uncomfortable in this video. It's as if they just sold out everyone that support them and all of their principles and are squeamish about it. But you know, the money was nice, so there's that. Hey, Puff the Ped. Wow, that's a great name to have in today's day and age. Okay. Anyways, guess what? Oh no, they're awkward on camera. Have you met these people in person? Have you met these people in person? Do you know how comfortable? Guess what? Most people aren't comfortable in front of a camera, especially with scripted material. Ask me how I know. Okay? Most people are not comfortable, especially, let's be honest, a bunch of nerds. A bunch of nerds who don't do public speaking often, probably. Who knows? So your first line is projection. It's if they sold everyone out. Who did they sell out? They didn't sell anyone out. You liked their idea and you gave money to Kickstarter that they never took. So they didn't sell you out because they never took your money. The original investor, maybe, I don't know the situation with that person or entity, I don't know. They never sold anyone out. They had an idea that didn't pan out. That's all it is. Who supported them? How did they support them? Okay, again, just go back to that original point. But you know, the money's nice. It's always nice to sit on your high throne and be high and mighty, Mr. Puff the Ped. Until you're looking at late payments and payroll not being due and not being able to pay your employees and, you know, the power bills coming due. And all of a sudden, you know, everything's not panning out the way you were hoping and dreaming of. And then a company shows up and be like, hey, how about we just buy you out? You keep working on what you're working, but now it falls under Formlabs and you come work with us and we'll just buy you out. We'll give you the money so you can cancel the Kickstarter and you're good. And here's a little something extra for your trouble. Everyone's all high and mighty until they're sitting in that situation. So yeah, so this is just, you know, generic, you know, good old Reddit bullshit. So there's that. Formlabs is the Ultimaker of SLS. It is what it is. Welcome to the industry. Yuck, this is a promising industry disrupting piece of kit. It was a company trying to make something. You have no idea how industry disrupting it is, because guess what? Judging by the units they sent to reviewers, the only thing it was disrupting is their free time because they had to fix them. Also, I haven't even touched on this. This whole video. SLS is bloody dangerous. You want to get black lung? You want to get mesothelioma? Or you want like ads on TV in 30 years on future TV scanned into your eyeballs about lawyers going, did you buy an SLS printer in the 2020s? You may be entitled to compensation. Because guess what? Fine powder of material that gets in your lungs is not healthy. There's a reason they have a shit ton of safety precautions with SLS and like that resins and whatnot in industry. And, you know, little Timmy having one of these in their basement because they bought it because they were cheap is not really a good thing. Oh, thank God, it's going to be more affordable. Like people think this is like, oh, you know, like, oh, this is like big gas buying up hydrogen cars. Like, it's enormously disruptive, affordable SLS. Again, you're basing this all on marketing. Everyone's thoughts and opinions on this are based on marketing. They are assuming that the product that they were shown would have been viable as it was shown. Okay? Everyone is assuming the video game with realistic dragon physics Kickstarter was you're assuming what they wrote down was gonna be it. Okay, you're assuming what they wrote down was gonna be it. So enormously disruptive. Again, you're just assuming this based on that. And oh, finally available thanks to restricted patents. Guess what? They were patenting what they were doing too. They weren't some like, oh, benevolent open source group of people in their garage. No, they were a company. What they were working on, they were also patenting. So guess what? They would have been the only disruptive entity in SLS and they would have owned the market. Guess how disruptive that is when you have somebody come in and patents everything and locks down the market. Not very disruptive. Okay, so they were patenting stuff too. Corporal that sells exorbitantly priced sees as destructive. Can't have that. Oh yeah. You know, this is a nice little fanfic you got. Give college kids 200 in stock and jobs. Yeah, again. They gave them enough to pay off the Kickstarter. Plus, you know, enough to move across the country and, you know, come work with them, you know. Hey kid, I'm, you know, Mr. Ferrari. I see you making cars that go really fast. And, you know, what you're working on, let's be honest, isn't going to make it into the market the way you want it to. But you have a few cool ideas. So how about I just, you know, give you a bunch of money so you're not, you know, you wash yourself clean of any business debt. We'll give you a little extra on top and you come work for me at Ferrari. Guess what? That's headline news. That's like, oh, Mr. Ferrari sees a kid work in his garage and hires him on the spot. That's, you know, great news. But you change Mr. Ferrari to, you know, Formlabs and kid work in the garage to Micronics, and it's like, oh my God, what an evil company. Guess what? They chose to sell. They chose to sell. This wasn't like a hostile takeover. This was, hey, we saw you at Open Source. Let's have a talk. Cancel disruptive printer. Cancel. Well, they canceled the Kickstarter because they had to. This should be like, instead of cancel Kickstarter, you should reword it as in, we've decided not to proceed with this avenue for our business. We thank those that have, you know, supported us through this and had donated to the Kickstarter. But since we're taking a different route now with our product, those that have given us money will be refunded. And basically you're out nothing. And as a show of support, here is a $1,000 gift card to Formlabs for any product they have. Guess what? You can get a Form 3 used now, like a refurbished Form 3 for 300 bucks. That's not bad. It's a different type of machine, but you know what? A Form 3 for 300 bucks ain't bad. Okay. Cancel disruptive printer. Again, how do we know it was a disruptive printer? Nobody bought one. The market was never fulfilled. It was a couple of units at trade shows and marketing. That is not a disruptive printer. That's an idea. Ideas don't, like, okay, ideas do change a lot, let's be honest. But in terms of like actually delivering, they don't. It's an idea. But wait, you get 1,000 in corpo bucks, good for 15% off a printer, or, you know, 1,000 off a $1,300 printer. Actually look at their product offerings, you dumbass. That's like saying, oh, all Fords are 120 grand because they only look at the price of the kitted out F-150 Lightning, for example. Also get Freedom License Lightning or DRM and the corporate printer because they're freaking corporate printers. Hey, guess what? This is a corporate printer. It's only designed to work with specific materials. It's not as locked down as Formlabs, but when you're buying a corporate printer in an industrial setting, you're buying it to work within specs. You're buying it because this is what it delivers in these conditions with these materials. And that's what you need it to do. So you use the machine in the conditions that it operates in with the materials it operates in to get the results that you bought it to do. Ah! People just, oh my God. You can't take how you compare an Ender 3 to an Elegoo to a Bamboo and then take that exact same, it doesn't translate to industrial and commercial enterprise. It doesn't work that way. Okay. Corporate wing, shared vision. Yeah, because it was written by PR people. It's welcome to the industry, buddy. Stream for video seems like Formlabs trying to get ahead of some negative press. For shit canning one of the most normal. They didn't. Formlabs came up to these people and made them an offer, and they agreed to it of their own free will. Now, was that free will, you know, was their opinion made, hey, maybe they were in a really bad spot? For all we know, they were a week away from just canceling everything and walking away, and that would be it. Or hey, we could have been getting a printer 6 years from now that delivered 1/10 of what they originally promised, because guess what? A sub $5,000 SLS just isn't marketable or usable or, you know, deliverable in today's day and age. Who knows? Because prices have been going up. So it's like, I hope people are trying, like, don't just assume, look at it from multiple angles. Don't listen to whatever the, you know, the current top posts on Reddit are about it, because, you know, it's our 3D printing, it's over there. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yes, it kind of sucks. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, the DIY SLS for all. Yeah, I've seen this.
Hi guys, I have to say I'm way more.
So this is another open source SLS machine. Okay. So that's pretty cool. How much is this machine again? How much is this machine? And this just came out yesterday too. But again, this is just a single one-off unit, bespoke one-off unit. Is it viable? Maybe. Is it mass consumable? Maybe. Who knows? But guess what? That's not the industry I'm in. How much is this machine? $7 grand. Yeah, $7 grand. So even then, it's still $7 grand. And guess what? For $7 grand, you're getting a tinkerer's toy. You're not getting a machine you're putting in your shop. That's the problem. So here's the thing. Also, you want to know what the big problem with SLS at home is? Here's the big problem with SLS at home. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready? You already have an SLS at home. Okay? You already have an SLS at home. You already have a CNC at home. You already have a 3D printer at home. Even if you don't own a 3D printer. You know why? Because you have a freaking computer and you can just go on PCBWay and order an SLS part. You could buy a lot of SLS parts for $5,000. So you really need to justify that purchase for it to be, you know, I could just go here, 3D printing, SLS. There we go, bing, bang, boom. Oh, you want some nylon? Oh, there we go. SLS nylon, glass fill, boom, bang, boom. See what I mean? And I didn't even use my affiliate link for PCBWay, so go watch yesterday's video and use the affiliate link in there. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you really have to have, you know, you really have to have the justification to drop $5 grand on an at-home SLS, because $5 grand is outside the point of tinkering. It's outside. That's, you can buy 2 of the Micronics for 1 of these. Like, this is a 10 grand machine. Okay, like, you really have to be able to justify that in and out for revenue in, revenue out to justify a machine like that. You're not buying it if it's like, oh, we need to do a couple prototypes. We need a couple prototypes in SLS before production, because we're gonna have a mold made, but we need a couple prototypes, and we can't do FDM because of the geometry, and resin isn't the right material. We'll just hit up PCBWay and we'll be here Monday for $100. Yeah, that's honestly, you want to know why Shapeways went away? This is why. Yeah, $5 grand is outside tinkering. Like, even the at home, that's $7 grand. That's $7 grand US. That's not counting your time. That's not counting shipping. Who knows? I don't know. Taxes, duties. I don't know where you live. Like, it's one of those. It is what it is. It kind of sucks. Don't get me wrong. It would have been great, a sub $5 grand SLS. But guess what? How many people need a $5,000 SLS? And at 5,000, is it an SLS that you can actually use in a production scenario, or is it a tinkerer's machine? Because again, if a company comes up to me like, hey, I work for a company, I want a Voron for our company for 3D printing, I tell them run away, because a Voron's not a production machine. It's a tinkerer's machine. Yes, people do use them in production, but you have to accept the fact that it's a DIY machine and you may have gremlins in it that you'll be chasing forever, and you got no warranty, service, or support. You are the warranty, service, and support. A former coworker of mine, I don't want to go too far in the detail, but a former coworker of mine works in mold industry in another place in Canada, and I actually ran into him at Rapid last year. because the company that he works for builds molds, but they need something to do small batch prototyping of things before they go into production. So they need to be able to make a couple hundred of these parts before they go and make the mold for it, okay? So I hooked them up with Nexa. Like I like, hey, these are Nexa, this is Nexa, they do this stuff, talk to them. And they bought one of their machines. A lot of money for that machine, but it's doing what they need it to do because they bought it to do a specific thing. And for them, it makes sense. Because before they were outsourcing it, but now they had just got to the point where it's like, hey, we were outsourcing it before at our scale, it worked. But now we need to be able to do this in-house because our outsourcing costs are getting to the point where now we have to justify a machine. So that's kind of, as a business, you always need to be looking at that. And it's very hard to jump to that by the machine, especially in today's day and age. So, I want the West 3D shirt. I got a Rocky last year, I think. Different need price points. These are the price barriers with my customers. Yeah, like Luke's Labs here. But by the way, I'm not going to talk about Joel's video, but I skimmed through it. Luke's Lab here, good example. Luke's Lab, they build. Is that machine on your website? Luke's Lab laboratory. The tube, I still got to put my tube in something. The problem is I don't really have a printer that I could use it in. Like, I don't think Pantheon would like if I put it in that. Where are your 3D printers at? Or are you just doing custom printers, 3D printers? Stable lots. Yeah. So like, he was just at Rapid. Joel's doing a video, and I think Joel's video is out today or tomorrow. I can't remember. But yeah. Oh, look, it's expensive. It's expensive, but guess what? The people buying these, for them, $5,800 is reasonable because the printers they're looking at are 15 to 20 grand. It's like this. The amount of comments I got on this video saying, why would people buy this? You know, they've been in business for 3 years and they're doing pretty good. Like people do buy it because there is a market for this. Because not everyone needs a shitty ender. Some people need a workhorse. Somebody, like, here's the thing. These grills that I printed, okay? Yes, I could have printed these on any of my machines. I use this because I wanted the material. But anyone could print those on any machine. But if you go, hey, I need a machine that could print those nonstop, day after day, with 100% uptime, because I cannot afford downtime. That's where machines like this come in. You're not blowing a bearing on this machine. You're not dealing with belt stretching or belt dust on this machine. It's closed loop. It's servo driven. It's ball screw driven. This thing will run for thousands and thousands of hours without maintenance. Like, you want to know what the maintenance cycle on this is? Every, like, what is it? Every 6 or 7 spools, change the nozzle, and every like 30 spools, change the hot end, because because it's all abrasive filament. You can wear away the heat break because it's so thin. That's it. That's the maintenance cycle. Oh, and occasionally re-grease it. That's the maintenance cycle on this machine. Can you put heat sets in Ireland? Yeah. Yeah, people don't buy it. Companies do. Yeah. Like, I worked at a tool shop. We had 60 something CNC machines. The cheapest one was like 40 grand. We had CNCs up to over $1 million. And then they're equipment. You buy them. You buy them. They're equipment. It just is what it is. Change the hot end. Yeah, they do. They recommend it. I mean, let's be honest. The hot end for this thing costs as much as a spool of filament they sell for this machine. So it prints really good though. Also, why would you change the hot end? Why would you change this to the hot end when you could, with 4 screws, just change the entire freaking tool head? Because, what's the quickest way to clear a jam? I don't know, just swap the whole tool head out. So there you go. So yeah, there is an industry for stuff like this. It does exist. Go buy a stable bot. Do it now. Link in the description or something. I don't know. You have a few bay units with 400 kilogram. Well, 30 spools is close to that because they sell 3 kilogram spools. So if you think like 30 to 40 spools is, you know, it's a decent amount of filament. Can it print chocolate? No, that's what the printer downstairs is for. Oop. Did I just lose my headphones? Where'd my music go? Ah! Sorry, 1 second. My headphones just died. Oh, no, they died. Okay. They're dead. Okay. And turn that down. There we go. Is it raining outside? Oh no, that's just the whole desk shaking. I don't have my headphones in, so I don't have my noise canceling. Call print and chill. We are printing and chilling. Actually, I haven't even looked at the print. How's the print going? Oh, hey, the print's going great. Of course it is. Ain't nobody got time for service. I know a few prop houses use these machines for a bunch of stuff, and they've got pretty rigorous uptime requirements. But yeah, so I hope you understand like the whole Micronics thing. It's, believe me, I'm pretty sure if the people that founded that company, if they could have delivered to market what they wanted to originally within the scope they wanted to at the price they wanted to, they would, you know, they would. But guess what? If you have the option of either completely failing and disappearing and walking away and, you know, absorbing the debt and everything, or, you know, taking the offer for a buyout, you take the offer for a buyout. At least now something might actually make it to market. Because guess what? Let's be honest here. If they were at the position, if they were at the point in their company where they were considering getting a buyout, like taking a buyout and selling the company, do you really think they were in a great position? Simple as that. If things were going good for them, why did they take the buyout? They took the buyout because, let's be honest, I'm again hypothetical here and just thinking on it, musing on it, but they took the buyout because probably that was their only option, or it was the best of several options. Let's be honest there. This wasn't like they were this close to unlocking cold fusion and Bill Gates showed up with his bag of money and bought him out. No, let's be honest, they're probably not in a great position, and this is like the only way they can somewhat proceed, is what it is. Would you try QForge if you have a TD1? I have a TD1. I just have to put it together. Got it right here. The printed parts are all right here. I just haven't put it together. Is that being entrepreneurs isn't for everyone? It's hella risky. Yeah, it's super, especially in today's day and age. Oh my God, in today's day and age, I would hate to be, if I was working on like, so if I had like some little black skunkwork project that I was working on with like 3D printers, I would not bring it to a trade show. I would not tell anyone about it until it is ready for market. It is so terrifying out there because guess what? You know, right now there's like 20 different Chinese companies like firing up the furnaces over there to try and come out with a SLS under $5 now. It's like freaking Physek jumped on Doron Velta within like a week. Like, oh, something we can make money on. Copy. Off we go. And not just overseas. Let's be honest, not just overseas. Yeah, I would not, if I had some groundbreaking innovation in 3D printing, I would not be coming to the market until it was patented and like ready for production, because it is so cutthroat out there right now. So, I'm confident what I'm doing and it's still scary. Yeah. Think Formlabs will offer product. Here's the thing. I don't know. You don't know. They're, you know, for them, I'm assuming they make a pretty good profit margin on consumables, on the resins and powders and whatnot they sell. So could there be an argument that, hey, if we suddenly come out with a lower price machine, more people are going to have our machines. We'll make less money on machine sales, but we'll have a lot more material sales, which should offset that. Hey, maybe that might be what they're planning to do for all we know, right? Because here's the thing, you can only sell to a market for so long. You know, welcome to the modern age. You eventually become market capped. Eventually people are going to stop buying your thing because everyone who needs your thing has it. So you need to expand into new markets. Look at Prusa with the Prusa Pro line. Prusa is trying to punch up because that's where the market's going. Prusa can't punch down because they can't beat China on price, and they can't beat China on price. Let's be honest, they can't. Go read their like latest like release statement and whatnot. They're being too good to their employees, and you know, sourcing stuff locally, and you know, being somewhat good to the environment. Like you can't compete against companies that don't care about any of that. You can't. So what do? You compete on grounds of quality, you compete on grounds of service, of reliability, and you compete in markets where your competitors can't compete. Because a lot of government in the US, a lot of businesses in the US, to get certain contracts and to get certain savings and whatnot from, you know, government loans and whatnot, you have to buy domestic products. Well, guess what? Prusa is now made in America. So, yeah. It's trying to keep a wall garden behind buying licensed and proprietary materials. Here's the thing: you can do open source SLS. Anyone can do it. You need a laser and powder. Anyone can do open source SLS. Is it worth it? And we're finding out, not really. Not really. It's a very finicky science. The material is cancer. It's like resin, only worse. Is it something everyone needs in their home? No. Like, yeah, some people could probably make use of it in their home, but ended up with a Mark IV that was going to sell on a deal. I was going, long story short, I should have bought a Prusa years ago. Love it. Yeah, they're great machines. Like, yeah, they're a little slow. That's like the only thing, and the fact they don't come with a camera. They're a little slow and they don't come with a camera. Other than that, I've got absolutely nothing to complain about my Mark IV compared to any other similar size, volume, spec machine that I have. The Micronics plateauing after launch probably signed the market. It wasn't that big. Yeah, pretty much everyone who was interested already gave them their money, which is not a good sign as a Kickstarter, because that means, okay, everyone who's interested already has a unit. Now that we're ready for production, who's going to buy it at the higher price? So, yeah, we've already sold all the units we could at the cheaper price to everyone who is interested. Who wants to buy it at the higher price now? Uncle Jesse was roasted about 3D printed wall sockets. I've got 3D printed wall sockets. I don't want a resin printer because I don't have a garage to put. I have resin printers in my garage and I never use them. Where my P1P in a couple years ago definitely would have been a Prusa. Yeah. I got nothing against the Crealities. The A1 series is kind of in my opinion. If you got the money, get the P series. But it's more just the company's business practices I'm not a huge fan of. The machines themselves are fine. Resin printing is as fun. No, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. It's a mess. I'm gonna be smart this time, and I'm not gonna glue this on until it's ready. Sanding that's gonna be a pain. Put that in. There's always going to be an external purchases for me. Yeah, like you can, like, again, as I was saying earlier in the stream, you can go on PCBWay and buy a lot of SLS prints for $5 grand. Plus, don't forget, it's not just $5 grand. You also need a sandblaster. You need to post-process the prints. There's a bunch of other things you need to buy. So you're looking at way over $5 grand. Let's be honest. You're looking at way over $5 grand. Trying to break off the bottom bit of support here. Oh, Annie Miller, $10. Cheers. Hey now, good info today. Cheers. Yeah, today is just a I'll be honest, I've got a Prusa XL on a truck on the way here, and I was hoping it would show up before stream so we can go through that today. But it's still on the truck. Or it might be the XL, it might be a MMU 3. I can't remember which one they're sending. I think, or they're sending both. Sending both. And then tomorrow's stream, we're going to hopefully start on the Prusa on the stream tomorrow. Because I think we can build it up without the tool head. Because I'm going to have to figure out the tool head. So. What are some other not PCB way SMO storage would be cheaper at a slight cost quality shipping rate? Yeah. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you're just doing like, oh, I need something, but, you know, FDM won't cut it. I need something a little bit more robust. Yeah, there's tons of options out there. It's just, I don't know, seeing all the Reddit and Twitter comments about it, and people just like big mad reading in chat, just like, so many people don't get it. So many people don't get it, and I think it's just them being jealous. I think it's a lot of people just being jealous that, like, you know, oh, they took the payout, they got, you know, they got paid. Oh no, I'm angry. I don't know. Might be a reality to buy an SLM machine or two for a CNC, like one in. You got a 1 million investment, Luke? Have some of that? I got a mortgage. You're not even a channel member, Luke. You're not even a channel member, Luke. What the heck? Where's your investment in the community? I'm kidding. It's nice to see Prusa more aggressive in their marketing. Yeah, it's because they have to now. For the longest time, I know this was a very common thread with a certain individual who is not a fan of Prusa, and I won't say in our community because nobody in the community hangs out with them, but the whole Prusa paying reviewers, up until very recently, Prusa didn't even send out review units. Like, up until very recently, Prusa didn't even send out review units. They had like no marketing budget. Because they're like, it's a Prusa, people know who we are, they'll buy it. And it's like, oh shit, okay, now we actually have competition and we have to actually, you know, market. So. Most of those complaining didn't even back the Kickstarter. Somebody spammed my Discord that they apparently invested 30 grand in it, but I'm like, okay. You got your money back, what do I care? Getting parts made in lower volume and reasonable timeframes I'm actively working on. Plan to raise 3 million for SLM plus CNC and automation. Damn, son. Congrats. So that's the thing. At a certain volume, yeah, so services like PCBWay and whatnot, they kind of make sense. But there's like at a certain point, it makes sense to buy your own, because also if you're dealing with too small of a volume, a lot of times you get, and kids plug your ears, you get what we call in the industry fuck off prices. A lot of the time, especially this is very common in North America. Cooper from Rack Robo, the EDM guys, has been tweeting about it, where he's like trying to get a hold of like small shops in the US for like, hey, a small production. And it's like, you either get ghosted or you get the, again, kids plug your ears, the fuck off price. Because like, it's not worth it for us to do your thing. So we're just gonna give you a price that's so high that you'll just leave. And we will do it for that price, but it's not what it really should cost. We're giving you the price to basically go away. So. Lead times in North America, even asking for a big quantity, it's like you're not DoD. Well, yeah, because here's the thing. Remember, it's all owned by companies. Like the shop I used to work for before I got out of the trade was owned by a dude. Now, granted, this guy, you know, was not a great dude. He had HR were, how do I word this? The HR women were picked by him. Put it that way. Anyways, but long story short, he owned the company. It was just the dude who owned the company, and you know, bonuses, sure. Pizza days, sure. Why not? Have fun. I'm making money. Whatever. You guys can have some fun every now and then. Then we got bought by a foreign investment firm. The worst kind of foreign investment firm. Americans. And it all went to shit. Because now everything has to be profitable. The Oh, you went 30 days without somebody getting hurt. Here's a pizza day. Nope, that doesn't work in our book. Let's get rid of that. Profit sharing? Nope. Oh, we were gonna be profitable, but then we made up some expenses because we bought a company, so now we're not profitable anymore. No profit sharing. You know, and the thing is, the industry is moving towards that. Now, certain markets you can do that. Bigger markets, but if you're trying to, like, you know, as a smaller person trying to get a couple units made, like we have a metal shop in town, like I can get raw metal. Like, hey, I need a block of aluminum 4 feet by 3 feet by 4 feet. I can get that in town. Cost me a lot, but I can get it in town. When I was building my first Voron and I tried to get a bed for them, I'm like, I call them up and I'm like, hey, I need a Mic 6 or equivalent aluminum tooling plate that is 10 inches by 10 inches by 5/16 6, because Canada, it's all in inches. And they're like, cool, what company are you with? I'm like, oh, I'm just a guy. He's like, oh, one moment. And then he put me on hold for 5 minutes and came back and gave me a price that was like way high. And I'm like, okay, thanks, I'll look around. I emailed them using the company email that I had at the time. Yeah, I got the price, the regular price at that point, because they thought they were selling to a company. So they're like, oh yeah, we'll sell you to you for like 40 bucks. Because they gave me like 120 bucks originally for it. They're like, oh yeah, 40 bucks. I'm like, cool, I'll come in and pick up cash after work. It's like, that's why I try to cost down and shit service similar to for real prices. Yeah, like PCBWay and JLC PCB, that's what did Shapeways in. I'm pretty sure that's what did Shapeways in, was offshoring that. Like, short-term gains at the expense of long-term. Yeah, because here's the thing, it's only, remember, you're only making money so the CEO looks good, so he gets his parachute and can bail. Beyond that, they don't care. To buy a domain and look at the company. Yeah, oh yeah, you always shop with a company email. Always shop with a company email. Even on Amazon, make an Amazon business account. You get discounts on a bunch of random stuff, because it's business. What time are we at anyways? We got 40 minutes left. I keep forgetting this is running. By the way, I was in here the other night when this was printing ABS. This frame gets up to 50 Celsius. Let me find the picture of it. This was, I did not realize how much heat that pumps out. 40, yeah. The frame got up to 47 Celsius. Just printing ABS. So that's a lot of heat. That's a big radiator out here in the summer. So good. I'm not gonna lie, I've been crushing the Gamer Subs lemonade flavor. Just the generic lemonade. It's good. It's good. A little bit of ice, nice and cold. It's good. You should buy some. Code Canuck. I updated my code. It's no longer Canuck Creator. It's just Canuck. Because marketing. And I don't run heaters. It's expensive. You just run your printers. Yep. I can barely touch the extrusions. Yeah, and the fun thing is your frame actually expands too when you're printing. That's one of the reasons we used to heat soak too, was so that your frame could get to its like thermal equilibrium. I'm not sure. Prusa always provides an upgrade path for the products. The Mini needs some love. I'm not gonna lie, the Prusa Mini needs to be sunsetted. It's for its price, it is very not in the right market segment anymore. Considering you can get like a A1 with the AMS for like the cost of a Mini. The Mini's hard to justify. The Mark IV is a lot easier to justify. The Mark IV is a lot easier to justify, in my opinion. Do titanium's backers for Vorons really work? They do, but it's very much you may not even need them. As you get bigger, the benefit of them increases. I have machines from 250 to 350, and only my 350 has them. And the problem is I've only had them on the 350 since I built it, so I don't have like a before and after comparison, unfortunately. So The A1 Mini also prints. Here's the thing, the A1, or the Prusa Mini, it's like a 5-year-old machine. It's an old design. It really needs an update. It really needs an update. Like the Prusa Mini is the problem is, how do you keep it within the same Prusa ethos? So how would you make the Prusa Mini better using the Prusa Mini? Because it's already got a 32-bit board. You can't really, upgrading the heat bed ain't gonna get you anything. It needs to be cheaper, but how do you make it cheaper? I was wondering how sustainable bamboo pricing is in the long run. It seems to me the method to gain more market share first. Yep. DJI did the same thing, which, considering it's the same people, makes sense. Money they had and dump it into tooling to make them faster and cheaper. Is why they didn't take the money they had. Like, what do you mean? Like investing in like CNC? So here's the thing with tooling. They do have tooling, but they've invested it in stuff like the filament lines. Like they don't have room to run a full, they do injection molding, but believe me, as somebody who comes from injection molding background, they don't have, you know how many tools they would need to be running to injection mold all the parts for the Mark IV and the Mark III and the XL? Like, they could do it. You would need a lot of tools. That's the thing. It's a lot. You would also have to redesign every part, because none of the parts for those machines are designed for injection molding. So you would have to redesign pretty much all the machines. And then when you redesign them for injection molding, now the parts might not be FDM compatible. So you would need to have like 2 streams of parts. You would need to have parts designed for injection molding so that the people who are buying the kits can get the parts. But then you also need to have a line of parts that are designed for FDM so people at home can print replacement parts. Like, it's part of their thing that, yes, they print their own parts because it makes sense for them. One, it allows them to get hundreds and thousands of hours of testing on new machines and new firmwares and new designs before it goes to sale. So they get to do a crap load of testing. And two, it's a marketing point. They show like, hey, our machines are workhorses because we use our machines to make our machines. So part of it is a marketing thing. Part of it is an adaptability thing. If they need to change the design or revise something, it's just upload the new STL versus pull the mold out of production, tear the mold apart, weld up the mold, send it back for CNC, repolish the mold, reassemble the mold. Okay, now we got to put it in production. Ah, shit, we didn't get it right. We have to change something else. Do it again. And during that whole time, you don't have production. So, I've ever seen you use a Voron FormBot kit. I have not. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I got a chance to unbox a FormBot kit, but this was years ago when they first came out, which is not conductive to their current kits. Their current kits, from my understanding, are pretty okay. I'd love to see Prusa. I have been harping on Joe to come out with a smaller XL with a single tool head that's enclosed from the factory for a while. It's like, okay, you know, you got your print farm, the XIs or whatever they're called. Just make one of those, single tool head, enclosed. Make it like 275. 275, I think, would be a good size. It's big enough. It's bigger than like your 250 spec, but it's not massive. I think 275 would be a good size for a standalone enclosed, or even a 280. 275, 280, or actually no. What? Let me pull it up here. Let me see here, because Prusa XL. How many segments is in the bed on the Prusa XL? Because it's a 360 bed, right? How many segments is in the Prusa bed? Is it 4x4? No, I'm trying to parts and accessories, XL. Can you buy the XL bed? Heat bed tile. So how big are they? You just buy the tiles by themselves? That's pretty cool. 4x4. Okay, so it's 4 by 4. So that's what? So that's what, calculator. So if it's 360 divided by 4. So each tile is what, 90? So 90 times 3. Yeah. So if you did a 3 by 3 tile, that would be 270 by 270. Make the Z like 280 or something. 270 by 270. A single extruder tool head, not a tool changer. MMU3 compatible. Hey, come up with an MMU mini that could just do 2. MMU mini that does 2 filaments. So you can have a filament on each side. So that allows you to do support, non-support. Yes, you'll have to do purge, but the main reason to do it is filament rollover. So have a MMU mini, so you can do filament rollover, 270 on the bed, Core XY, enclosed from the factory. Prusa, call it the i4. Boom, done. That's all Prusa needs to do. And have it priced like a little bit above an Mark III. Have it priced a little bit above Mark III. Prusa needs to react to the X2. What is the X2? Here's the thing. What is, wasn't Bamboo supposed to announce their new printer like already? Wasn't that supposed to be announced by now? Like, you think they would have done that at Rapid? Because they were at Rapid. A1 issues? No, if they can't do 2 things at once. How much? Oh man, if it comes out, if the X2 comes out or whatever they call it, and it's just a 300 millimeter X1, I'm gonna be so laugh. I'm gonna hearty chuckle. They might do IDEX. I could see IDEX at the most. Some people are like, it's gonna be a tool changer. I'm like, yeah, Creality releases a printer every month, but the problem is it's every month they got a new printer out. And let's be honest, their printers are not great in the long term. Yeah, tool changes are expensive, and the problem is Bamboo is after the market of people who just want print, who go to their help support forums because they don't know what warping is. So I don't think the Bamboo audience, with the complexities that a tool changer brings to the table, they're already having enough issues with their support being overwhelmed, put it that way. A reason by Creality. This is, Blake, you've hit it on the nail. So here's the thing. Everyone's like, oh my God, Prusa is dead. Here, let me pull up, because Prusa put out a really nice article the other day. Let me pull it up here. Okay. So Prusa put out this whole sustainability article. Okay. So this is Prusa in 2023. So this is like a sustainability article from Prusa. So this was really cool. If you get it here, I'll link it in chat here. If you get a chance, read it. It's actually like a really good read about basically like gives you an idea of how like Prusa kind of operates and whatnot. So it's founded, blah, blah, blah. There's the history of it, blah, 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 blah. So last year in 2023, they sold 122,000 printers. So they're selling 10,000 printers a month. Plus 610 tons. So I'm assuming that's metric tons. So that's what, 1,000 kilograms. So that's what they sold 610,000 spools of filament. That's a pretty good profit. Center printers to 149 countries. That's how many service support questions they've answered. Prusa education, models on printables. That's a lot of models on printables. Prusa's open source, sustainability research, blah, blah, blah. So this is really cool because they really want, like, they're smart. They kind of realize that relying off on like outsourced production and whatnot, especially with the pandemic, really hurt them. So they're trying to bring pretty much everything they can in-house. Some charities they work with, a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to find the right, where is it? Prusa education, Prusa lab. I'm trying to find the one thing. Yeah, we took the following to reduce carbon for printing, exercise warranty repairs in the US, SME. So they make their own boards in the Czech Republic. Prusa is 35. Yeah, the price is the price. It is what it is. Hopefully, now that they're going to be making it in the US at printed solid as well, the price for the Americans should come down, hopefully. So there's their building in Prague there. Is it in Prague? It's in Prague, right? Packaging materials. This is a huge thing. Like, making the Prusa mini box smaller for shipping saves a huge amount in shipping. Like, there's all kinds of, like, this is a very good read if this is your thing. Like, if this is the amount of turnover, waste production, like, employees. This is really cool. Their employee turnover rate is like 5.9% right now. That's pretty good. Injury rate, quality control, customer support. So this is actually really cool. This is the one right here. So this is like the amount of claims. So percent of warranty claims for the XL, Mark IV, Mark III, Mini, SL1, and MMU2. So as you can see, like, they're sitting at like under 0.5% warranty claims on their products. Under 0.5%. So for every 200 things they send out, they get 1 warranty claim. That's pretty good. Suppliers. Where's the employee thing? Also, I'm trying to find the employee page here, because I just want to make the Americans jealous. Like, I can't really complain. I'm Canadian and I'm a YouTuber, so I have all the vacation time in the world. But where is the employee thing? Where's the employee thing? Did I scroll past it? Wastewater, fair relation employees. Yeah, there you go. So as an employee of Prusa, you get 1 week of private family vacation in our holiday apartments and a financial contribution for children's recreation. So Prusa apparently has holiday apartments you can just borrow once a year. You get 28 days of paid vacation, so you get a month off work. Free time fitness center on the premises. Multi-sport discount cards for sports activity, discounted massages, services, online therapy and coaching, pension fund contributions, free mobile tariffs for 2 people. I don't know what that is. Contribution to language training, cleaning and laundry vouchers, meal vouchers for the highest possible value, and up to 50% discount on products. I don't know about you. That sounds like some pretty good bennies. Now remember, they're in Prague, so they don't have to worry about healthcare because that's just covered by the state. So yeah, look at that. Wow, good proper standards. So yes, it does impact price, but it's sustainable. Mobile is public transport. Maybe. Mobile tariffs. No, it could be transport. It could be like, I don't know how their public transport is set up. It could be somebody, it could be that. Yeah, if you get a chance, read that article. It's a pretty good article. Yeah, so yeah, and they said it right here. Less than 0.5% warranty claims. So are Prusas reliable? Well, they said it right there. 0.5% warranty claims. And like, it could be something as simple as, where is it here? Jeff Gerling. Gearling, that's what it is, Gearling. Like Jeff Gearling, for those who don't know, he's the guy who does all the Raspberry Pi stuff. He got a Prusa and he was having issues with it. And the prints were printing all poopy and he couldn't figure out why. And oh, it was just a loose grub screw. It's just a loose grub screw. Tighten the grub screw, it's all fine now. So that's what I mean, like, that's a warranty issue. So there's 1 of 200. It was just a loose grub screw during transport. Did I talk? Oh yeah, we've talked about Micronics quite a bit on this stream so far. Mobile phone tariffs. Mobile tariffs could be phone subscriptions, maybe. I'm lucky with Mike. You get 27 days off and they pay 100%. Nice. They're expensive with slow speed. Okay. That's good that they help out. But yeah, so that's like, I hope through like the rant today on stream, you kind of get in your head that like the industry is big and there's a lot of facets to it. and you gotta have to look at things from different ways, and don't always assume, because you don't know. You don't know. But yeah, me bringing up that Prusa thing, the article, where is it? Oh, I already closed it. It's like, yeah, Prusa sold 10,000 printers a week or a month last year. They're doing okay. I think they're doing okay. I don't know about you. 10,000 printers a month sounds pretty good. I think they're doing okay. It's Creality that is the ones that are panicking right now. Creality will probably be okay, but it's Saval, it's Congro, it's how many 3D printer companies, overseas 3D printer companies, have like folded in the last couple years, or we don't hear of anymore? Tronxy, is Tronxy still around? Like, those are the companies that, because here's the problem now, under $500, buy Bamboo. You're not going to get a better machine for under $500. So all the companies that existed by just spewing out under sub $500 V-wheel bed flingers to the end of time, they're not going to survive the next couple years in this industry. They're the ones that are panicking. It's not Prusa that's panicking over Bamboo. It's Creality. And Prusa customers are very loyal. Yep. If Creality opens up the CFS or whatever they call AMS clone, it'd be great for them dropping AMS. Well, that's the thing. Their machines run Clipper, but it's not running Clipper. It's running Creality OS or whatever the hell they called it. I don't even know if they're following the open source licensing even. I haven't even looked into that. But that's just marketing. You have to, for marketing and VC funding over there, so you can get more loans and grants and whatnot. Like, oh, look what our software developers are doing. I've ever put Clipper on a BeagleBone black controller. I don't even have a BeagleBone, so no. Everyone dropping their X1C clone. Yeah. You know what? I give Prusa credit. They don't have a freaking let me grab. I'm just gonna rip it off the printer because why not? Yeah. I give Prusa credit. Their tool head doesn't look like this, because like everyone else in the industry, this is how tool heads look now. They just copy and paste this. Everyone use the exact same tool head. This is all everyone is now. This in every freaking machine now. Same tool head design. Functionally, they may be different, but they're cosmetically all the freaking same. I can't stand it. Also, why do you need 8 pins? Have you looked at the Ben 2C one on Ali? No. AliExpress. I'm not going to open AliExpress on the main screen. 1 second. Ben 2C. What is the Ben 2C? Isn't the Ben 2Z the good guy aliens from Homeworld? Ben 2C. What is Ben 2C? Why would you pay $50 for something you can 3D print? The Nautilus. Okay. That's kind of cool. I don't know. I mostly print ABS on mine, so more cooling doesn't really buy me anything. SLS nylon. Well, good thing I got my Micronics. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Dual aux fan is great for speed boating. Yeah, but I don't do speed boating. I actually print my prints reliably and consistently. How's yesterday? Oh, yesterday's video is doing pretty good. It's 5 of 5. It's got almost 6,000 views. In product check, you pay taxes on income, which includes health and taxes. Also, state pays attention to the prices in hospitals and state runs it. Oh, nice. Yeah, like we pay income tax too. VZBot has sense of cooling and chance of posting your VZBot cracking config. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Let me pull it up right here. Printers. Where's VZBot? I got a feeling I got to restart the VZBot. I think the VZBot's having a moment. Yeah, the VZBot's having a moment. It's been on for like 6 months, so I think I gotta like do a little reboot on it. 1 second. 1, 2. I have to restart it. Usually I find if my printers are on for like months at a time, sometimes they'll just drop off the Wi-Fi and I gotta restart them. Side curtains help with print quality on PLA enclosed. Yeah. What are we at right now? Anyways, we got, how do we have 318 people here? Jeez. Make sure you like the smash button. If you've entered the contest, if you entered the contest, you haven't entered the contest yet. I know you haven't entered the contest. Every stream we give away a spool of filament, link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win, link in the description. Go enter that. And then while you're down there, like the smash button. So check out some of the other links in the description as well, affiliate links. Don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. And if you want to be really cool, consider becoming a channel member or a Patreon supporter. Why aren't you booting up? Are you on? You're on. There. Doesn't want to turn on. What's going on here? The VZBot don't want to connect to the network. What's going on here? System info, log in. What's going on with the VZBot? Okay, the VZBot's not booting up. Something's going on with my VZBot. What's going on here? That makes a lot of noise when it shakes. Something's not right with the VZBot. Okay, I'll have to fiddle with that later. Do I recommend a specific filament dryer? No, they all do the same thing. Whatever one you can get cheap that fits the filament, just grab that one. I like the Polymaker one because it also acts like a dry box. So that's kind of nice. But at the end of the day, they all do the exact same thing. So. And the SD card. No, that was the Magneto. The Magneto's online. Magneto's online. Okay, the Magneto's not online. Both of the printers down here don't want to talk to the network right now. What's going on? These two are working though. I'll fiddle with them later. Do any of them make you wary of risk from their construction? No. Any chance the Boron team will fold the ideas from the existing toolhead mods into an updated stock toolhead, even common potentially? I can't talk about things that are currently ongoing in the dev channels, but updates to the toolhead are probably something going on in there. How's cleaning going? It's going. Your Pi loses Wi-Fi a lot. Yeah, they're both being kind of finicky about it. I don't know why. That I've got some upgrades coming for. Sure, you're off, right? Am I unplugging the right printer even? No, yeah, that's the right printer. Okay. It's a Ubiquity network. I'm not overloading it. If I tried the BTT Manta, that has a Big Tree Tech Manta in it. It works fine. JT, thank you for becoming a member. What's the best setup for the Filamatrix still the SB? What do you mean for the Filamatrix? Still a self-burn? What? Do the lights still turn on when you unplug the VZBot? No, that's not a light from the printer. I have a light underneath the desk that's lit up. Like I've got a tube light that goes across under the desk. It just, you can see that one more because this one, the panels are tinted. But yeah, it's not the VZBot light. VZBot 30. Yeah, the VZBot does not want to connect to the Wi-Fi for some reason. I'm gonna have to fiddle with that. Great. Awesome possum. It was working, and now it's not. Hello from Denmark. Hello. Guten. I don't know Danish. Good morning, because you speak English. Sometimes the Pi just loses it. Yeah, but usually a reboot resets it. In this case, it's not booting up, and unfortunately, I don't have a screen on this printer anymore, so I can't see what's going on. Hopefully not a bug or something. And by a bug, I mean a literal bug. I squashed a centipede in here the other night. Yeah, everything's on. The Pi's on. Actually, the Pi just has a solid red light on it. Is a solid red light on a Raspberry Pi a good thing or a bad thing? I'm assuming that's a bad thing. That's not good. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, let me unplug the printer. Here we go. Well, I know what we're doing tomorrow night on stream. Good thing I just bought a bunch of SD cards. The problem is I don't want to. Don't think I backed up the firmware on that. The cotton. Oh no, Pis are back to being cheap. I mean, I've got a Pi right here. Pis are back to being cheap. Well, back to being normal price. Okay, so we got 10 minutes until the giveaway. So enter for your chance to win Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. You got 10 minutes. And back up on all your Clipper machine. See, here's the problem with that, Tor. I have no clue how to use GitHub. Also, I don't like things being public. I don't like the cloud. I hate relying on the cloud to save stuff. And yes, I know GitHub is a little bit, you know, GitHub, but still. My stuff stays on my network. Listen to the new Eminem album yet? No, other than the one song that came out like a couple weeks ago or whatever. The cloud is some other person's computer, and I don't trust them. Can't connect to Wi-Fi, you can try SSH with USB on your computer. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a printer. I'll pull the printer out tomorrow, and we'll just try and connect it to it over the LAN. And if I can connect to it over the LAN, what I'll do is I'll back up the config. I'll back up the config, and I'll flash a new SD card, I'll put a new Pi in, and we'll swap it over. And I'll just add. I'll make that Pi a beta Pi for like testing stuff. It's a secure game. I know. I just don't like stuff being on the cloud. I like my stuff being my stuff. I'm not a huge fan of clouds. So, is what it is. Are you coming along pretty good? Pretty good. What are we at to anyways on this machine? I've almost got 200 hours on it. I've had it for like 2 weeks. I've got 200 hours of print time on it already. Almost. I use NVMe drives and USB-C enclosures for all my Pi 4s. Yeah, see, I really wish these had a native, this is a Pi 4. I really wish, like the Big Tree Tech Pad 5, or whatever it is, where is this at? Big Tree Tech Pi 2. I really wish, like this is the Big Tree Tech Pi 2. Yeah, it's got a built-in NVMe, so you can just plug an NVMe. So you can buy like a 2280 or one of the small little like 32 gig NVMEs that cost like nothing. I'd rather run my Pis with one of those. But unfortunately for the Raspberry Pi, it's one of those things that it just gets too expensive for what it is too quick. Because you have to buy a Pi 5, then you have to buy the Pi Shield to go on top of it, that you can then put an NVMe drive in. How much RAM does it have? Enough. It's running Clipper. You only need like a gig. What was the CB1? Had a lot of Wi-Fi issues on the CB1. How did I come up with the name Mirthful Bobcat? It's actually a very long story. When I unboxed the printer and I plugged it in, it was already named that. More reliable with NVMe? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, I know the Pi 2 has 32 gigs of eMMC. I'm just saying, I wish the Pis had just a built-in NVMe slot on it instead of having that stupid little breakout ribbon and then a hat. Small size scripts that back up my Linux and kernel file to my network server. There you go. You don't netbook all your Pis? I don't know. I just got them wired into 5 volts, so when you turn the printer on, the Pi turns on. The Pi 5 NVMe hot costs $7 on Ali, plus shipping, plus however long it takes to get here. And then you got to buy the NVMe drive. Okay, are we doing the giveaway soon? We got 6 minutes on the giveaway. Yeah, today's stream was totally a whiff. I'm gonna check one more time to see if the package was delivered. Come on, DHL. Hey, pupper. You have to move, Coda. Coda, you gotta move, buddy. You're just gonna lie there in front of the door? You gotta move. Move your butt. Move your butt. Move your butt. Move your butt. Package? No package. He's like, I'm just gonna lie in front of the front door and not move. More information about running Clipper on Android. I've tried it twice. I gave up after the phone. It's because you can run Clipper on Android. The problem is it's what version of Android, what phone. Trying to have a set of instructions that work with all phones with all versions of Android, it's kind of eh. Basically, TLDR, you SSH into it and you just run Kiao. I think you can do that on your phone, but you need to root your phone. It's a pain in the butt, and I'll be honest, you're probably better off just buying a cheap used Pi. Just like even a Pi 3, it's just easier. It's just easier because when it comes to updates and with features being added and like you want to plug in a camera, like I don't know. I just find it's easier to run it off a Pi. It's like people were buying during the Pi shortage, people were buying like desktop computers to run Clipper. And I'm like, yeah, you're saving a little bit of money by using like an old Core 2 Duo, but the amount of you're paying in electricity to run that thing over a couple months will negate any benefit you save from a Pi. Yeah, Pi, I'm still running Pi 3s in my printers, running Clipper, and I'm having no issues. So I don't know why people are like, I need a Pi 4 with 8 gigs of RAM at a minimum. It's like, what is it? That one has a Pi 3. That one has a Pi, that one has a 3A. Like there, you don't need, you can run Clipper with a Pi 2, a 02. PU 3A free TV lights. There you go. Oh, wow. SpaceX actually had a failure last night. So it looks like what happened, it's a bunch of satellites. So it's just satellites, Starlinks, looks like. And they're all gonna burn up. That sucks. The second stage had an oxygen leak, and when they relit it to circularize the orbit, it went kaboom! And then I guess they tried to launch the satellites, and they did, but because the orbit wasn't circularized, they're just going to burn up. Oh well. A thin client has a power draw identical to a Pi. The thing is, people weren't using thin clients. They were using like Core 2 Duo desktops from like businesses. That stuff doesn't burn up. The satellites burn up. It's the second stage that it's not burning up. It's the second stage, and if I'm not mistaken, it was the second stage and the trunk from the Dragon they thought would burn up more, but it's not. But it's not a huge deal. Like, it's tiny compared to Earth, and as long as it comes down, it comes down. You're good. What am I running? I'm just running an unraid. Just running an unraid. It's got a, actually I got it here, I can show you. I'm super creative, so of course the name is Tower, because that's the default Unraid name. I don't think showing you my Unraid page leaks any details, but there it is. So it's nothing major. It's a, what is it? It's a Core, Ryzen 3 3100 4-core. It's got like 16 gigs of RAM and a bunch of hard drives. That's it, nothing fancy. And it's got a UPS. Nothing fancy. Breeding and battle plan decays or stuff is sitting around. Yeah, but all the stuff Starlink launch, or all the stuff SpaceX launches for Starlink comes down within 5 years. Like the very low orbit that they use is specifically an orbit so that if, like, you know, when the satellites run out of fuel or lose contact or whatever, they just fall to Earth and burn up, because it's such a low orbit. They're not going to be up there for long. And even like what happened here, where if failure to circularize the orbit, they do that specifically so if something happens and the orbit doesn't get circularized, it does fall back down to Earth really quickly, like in a couple days. Because what's going to happen is all the satellites, because they didn't circularize the orbit, their apogee is 500, but the perigee is only, or is it perigee? Yeah, perigee is the high, no, apogee is the highest, yeah. Apogee 500, perigee is only 135. So every time they come through that 135, they're going to skim the atmosphere, and they're going to bleed off speed, and they're just going to, in a couple of orbits, they'll just burn up. That's why the Starship test launch doesn't go to full orbit, because if they went to a full orbit, they would have to do a deorbit burn, and that requires a successful deorbit burn. And since they're still testing stuff, they don't know how well engine relight is in orbit, because they haven't tested it fully yet. They're doing suborbital, so it almost gets to orbit. It's just they turn the engine off just before it would be orbital, so that way it'll come back down. I've been putting off setting up an Unraid NAS. Would have to drop on drives. Oh, Unraid's easy to set up. Unraid's very easy to set up. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Giveaway. Link to sheets. Close that. Close that. Okay. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. One second. I accidentally opened it. One second. Close. Yeah. Okay, cool. Why are you open? Close. What is going on with you? Steam Deck. What are you doing, Steam Deck? No, Steam Deck, stop. Okay, create new sheet. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we go. File save. Okay. let's do... Ooh, let's do this one. Express delivery, because I'm waiting on a package. $371. Okay. Bots. 371. Play. Okay, so some of these are first to the finish line and some of them are closest to the middle. But whoever wins, wins, and we go off whatever the list is for winners. So best of luck to, who am I gonna say good luck to? It's gonna be this person right here. How about because? Good luck. I believe in you. Oh, you're going up. Oh, did you fall off? Oh, wow. A lot of people are falling off. Oh, oh, oh. Who's in the lead? Yeah, David. No, Chris. Chris is in the lead. This is going to be a tight one. This is actually going to be a tight one for once. Remember, exclamation mark, I want to go faster, makes you go faster. Oop, teleporters. What? What? Oh, shoot. I gotta catch up. Oh, ah! Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. We got a winner. Dad's workbench. Dad's workbench. Dad's RC workbench. Dad's RC workbench. Congratulations. Snuck in. Dad's RC workbench. Congratulations. You have won yourself a spool of filament from Polymaker. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. Let me pull you up here. Dad's RC workbench. Okay. Some of you got it. I love using this question because it catches the people. Is the question desert or dessert? Because somebody's favorite dessert in the world is a creme brulee. Okay, so we're gonna call it there. Today's stream was a complete random, just yapping stream. Talked about the Micronics stuff. If you haven't watched yesterday's video, go watch it. It's pretty good, I think. I took a drill to my printer and I made it better. But yeah, regular stream tomorrow night. Hopefully, either it's gonna be Prusa or Prusa. Or Prusa. I don't know what we're gonna do. Something with a it's gonna begin with a PR. I know that. So yeah, so we're gonna call it there. That's it for the stream today. Shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Links for them and more in the video description. Some of them are affiliate links, don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel, and some of them, like the Gamer Subs link, use code Canuck, save 10% off your order. And for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Hope you enjoy the stream, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.